it just gives any actor a sense of joy, a sense of knowing that the work or your body of work has been appreciated, which comes back to why this evening is so special for me. I'm just a bit amazed by that, honestly, because it's been so long. It's been so long. It's all these songs were in the 70s, and for them to still be alive and be appreciated, it's very heartwarming and sometimes overwhelming. Hi, this is Zeenat Aman, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
It's a huge honor and privilege to have Zeenat Aman ji here with us in Dubai. She's looking resplendent and very, very graceful. She's about to go on the red carpet of Filmfare Middle East here in Dubai. Ma'am, huge honor to have you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here with you. I still remember our interview in Goa. It was nice.
We got a great response for that, ma'am, first of all. It was like hardly like a 6-minute interview, but still we got a great response. Ma'am, you mentioned yesterday that you got your first Filmfare Award 50 years back, and it's after 50 years that you're getting another award, and that to Filmfare. How special is this moment for you?
Well, honestly, it's a full circle moment, and it's very iconic because when I first started my career, I received a Filmfare Award, and now, like 50 years later, which is a whole lifetime later, I am being honored by Filmfare, of course, Middle East, but it feels absolutely wonderful and very special.
Right. Ma'am, and I must tell you that I think very, very rarely it may happen that one looks so graceful the way you are looking right now. What has been the entire process of your dignity that you've always maintained? Because you know that you ooze dignity, and I think it reflects in your entire personality. How important has that been for you, ma'am?
That's awfully kind of you to make this kind of an observation. I just am. I'm just being who I am, honestly. I don't think about what I say or do. I'm just being, honestly.
All right. And as I mentioned to you yesterday, ma'am, as well, that so I was in Egypt a few days back, and I've been in Egypt several times. And as I mentioned to you yesterday, that your songs and your films, they are still so fresh. For them, it is still like Qurbani is still as popular right now as it was maybe a few decades back. How do you look at this massive popularity that your characters, your songs, and your films enjoy in the Arab world, ma'am?
I'm just a bit amazed by that, honestly, because it's been so long. It's been so long. It's all these songs were in the 70s, and for them to still be alive and be appreciated, it's very heartwarming and sometimes overwhelming, because no matter where I go, people do meet me and greet me and talk about the work that I did, and it some way touches you that people still remember and they still enjoy the work that you did. Yeah.
Because like in a country like Egypt, for example, I must tell you that they still remember the Indian cinemas of late 70s and 80s generally, that ways. Because what happened around 25 years back, they banned Indian cinema. Because it was so popular that the Egyptian cinema was getting impacted because of that. So for them, that cinema of 70s and 80s, Indian cinema, it's still as if it is today.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. I have wonderful memories of Egypt, doing the belly dance and singing Rakkasa, by the pyramids. So it was interesting with Mr. Bachchan in The Great Gamla.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Ma'am, you've always been this style icon. You're looking so amazing right now in this amazing dress, as I think anyone and everyone will agree. What has been this secret of you being a style icon? You've always decided your own clothes, or you had a team of it? What was it exactly?
Well, I think about 85% of the time, I had input in what I did. But, there were some wonderful designers also, like Bhanu Athaiya and Mani Rabali, who did a lot of my clothing. So it was a combination of the requirements of the script, the story, the director, my input into what suited me, and the interpretation by the person who was executing it. So it was a combination of many things, I think.
Right. And ma'am, so many of your character names, they are still so remembered. Like one thing that comes to my mind is Roma, for example, from Dawn. People still remember Roma. I'm sure that you must have been addressed as Roma many a times as well. How do you look at this phenomenon that your character names have become so huge and so big?
No, I think you're being very kind. I think Roma,
ma'am.
because there's Don 1, 2, 3, and I don't know how many.
But you know, many
so the
times,
characters.
many times people still refer to your and Mr. Bachchan's Don.
Yes, I do know that. I do know
Yeah, so
that.
I'm
Yes, yes.
So there is a lot of
No,
truth.
I see. As somebody who has been part of this business, it just gives any actor a sense of joy, a sense of knowing that the work or your body of work has been appreciated, which comes back to why this evening is so special for me. Because to be honored for any kind of body of work that you've done. I mean, I've played the main female protagonist in over 80 films, in my time. So to feel that there is a sense of value attached to that is not something that one was anticipating or expecting. So when it does happen, it becomes very meaningful.
Right. And then there have been so many iconic characters, like for example, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. It is a role that still resonates with people. People still. There were several characters that you played. They were not those proverbial goody characters.
Yes.
They had shades, and that made them so interesting and relatable.
Well, at that time, definitely, because there was a clear delineation between the heroine and the vamp.
Exactly.
And I played characters which were, they were grey. And there were reasons for the characters to be grey. There was a definite reason why the character turned grey. So it was a combination of the heroine and the vamp, which took place with the roles that I did, like with Hare Rama, about the girl who ran away from home and became a drug addict. There was a reason why that happened. Or in Roti Kapra Makan, where she chose a rich man over the poor man, but in the end she sacrificed her life for that poor man.
Right.
And so many different shades in Saf Katarazu, which I was nominated for the Filmfare Award. Where she actually pulled out a gun and shot somebody. And there are different shades of many films where I played the good bad girl or the bad good girl, however you want to call it.
Right. And Padmini Kulipri ji was there with you in the breakfast today.
Yes, yes. I always enjoy seeing her. I've seen her since she was a little kid in Ishq Ishq Ishq. She played one of the younger sisters, and then we did Insaf Ka Tarazu. And then, of course, we did, she played Baby Rupa in Satyam Shivam Sundaram.
Right.
So, yeah, it's always nice. Hi, this is Zeenat Aman, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.